I think you touched about it initially. Why it's important? What is the importance of storytelling? I think more engagement with attention, curiosity, and connection, because as you said, we are humans and we are, let's say, wired by stories. We remember stories. We get information through stories. So this is really very important. And if we imagine like a brand, what is the advantage for a brand to have storytelling, let's say, woven through their communication? I think it also shows, let's say, authenticity for the brand, trust and credibility. And the last, I'm going very quick, but increased loyalty and let's say, and advocacy through improved sense of community. So if you communicate through storytelling techniques, your newsletters, your post on LinkedIn or everywhere where you are, let's say, sharing stories with your community, your audiences, it really, if you use the right storytelling framework, it will be very great, because people will really connect with your story and they will even advocate for you for free. It's a way to not only build following, but build a community that can act on your behalf.
I love this 3-point discussion, and just really quickly, I'll add my thoughts about this. What I said earlier, we're wired for stories. That's how we live, how we process experience. That number one point around getting attention and curiosity and connection, that whole powerful opener of a story, particularly in Western cultures, we talk about once upon a time as the opening to a story. Suddenly, like, there's a part of me that just sort of settles in as like, oh yeah, okay, tell me a story, man. I want to hear about this. My attention focuses, because you're putting me in a place. You're helping me to imagine a situation, and then the idea of building authenticity, trust, and credibility. This is every great story that we think about, where there is a hero or a protagonist or pilgrim on their way to do something, and that we do things immediately to establish them as a sympathetic person or character. Like, what do? Well, we put them in a difficult situation where they're facing a challenge of some sort, and we try to get them going. And then through the course of their experiences, how they do things, the struggles that they face, and ultimately we hope overcome their difficulty. Or if it's a tragedy, they fail because they were too full of themselves, or they were too egotistical in their approach. We learn from that, and so we gain loyalty, or we become an advocate for that set of values or that set of things that's there. I really do love this. This is powerful. I think every community professional, as you're telling the story of your community, needs to be thinking about all of these elements as we start to work through them. So, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt for so long, but this really resonates powerfully with me.